What's up, guys? EJ here, back to do another video. It's gonna be my DVD update for May 21st, 2011. Better get this in before the world ends. It was supposed to do that today, but I don't know what happened. So I haven't been around much. I just started working full time, basically. So I've been working all week, and I don't have much time to get on the computer on YouTube as much anymore. So I haven't been on much recently, and I've had computer problems as well to go along with that. But hopefully I'll still be able to do updates and stuff like that. I had to shelve my idea that I was going to do for a series of videos. I just don't have the time to do it. But I can still do updates and so on. So I got 10 new movies to show you, all from the past decade. So let's get right into it. First we have All the King's Men from 2006, written and directed by Steven Zalian, starring Sean Penn, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Anthony Hopkins, Mark Ruffalo, Patricia Clarkson, and James Gandolfini. A really good cast. A remake of a 1949 film, All the King's Men, which I also need to get. Not as good as the original, but I still enjoyed it. It's about the rise to power of a political figure in the South, basically. Pretty good film. I enjoyed it. Of course, huge Kate Winslet fan. Okay, up next we've got Cloverfield, and yes, this is my second ever steelbook. I decided instead of getting the regular single disc edition, I got the steelbook. Of course, great creature feature film produced by J.J. Abrams and directed by Matt Reeves. I really enjoyed this. I know a lot of people didn't like the shaky cam stuff. That didn't bother me at all. I enjoyed the frenetic, fast-paced, the immediacy of the whole thing about this sort of unexplained monster attacking New York. I really enjoyed Cloverfield, and I thought I'd get the steelbook. What the hell? Okay, up next we've got Definitely Maybe, and on the back it says the freshest romantic comedy in years, and I really enjoyed this. Romantic comedies, for the most part, of the past decade are so generic and so cliched, but this one was really interesting, really funny. Great cast. Ryan Reynolds telling his daughter the story of who her mother is. The daughter is played by Abigail Breslin, who's great, and three possible women who he's had relationships with, played by Elizabeth Banks, Isla Fisher, who's a firecracker in this film. I just love her in this. And the always great Rachel Weisz. Really good movie, great setting. It's got all these great 90s references, great music, just a really sweet little movie. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it. Okay, up next from 2006 is Hollywoodland. Really good movie with Adrian Brody, Diane Lane, and Ben Affleck about one of the most notorious unsolved cases in Hollywood history. The story of George Reeves, who played Superman on TV, and his death. And this film goes into the investigation of that during the 50s. Really good performance by Ben Affleck. Kind of mirrored his life in a way at the time. And Adrian Brody and Diane Lane are both great as well. Very atmospheric, great sets, costumes. Really enjoyed this. Okay, up next from 2002 is Igby Goes Down. Really quirky, dark comedy with Kieran Culkin, Claire Danes, Ryan Philippe, Susan Sarandon, Amanda Peet, Jeff Goldblum. Great little movie, great cast. I'm not sure if many people have heard of this movie or seen it. Check it out if you haven't. Okay, up next we've got In Bruges, great comedy from 2008. Hitman comedy starring Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, who's great in this movie, and Ray Fiennes, about two hitmen who they're not in Bruges in Belgium to sightsee, that's for sure. It's just a fun action comedy and with great performances all around. I really enjoyed this. Okay, up next from 2009, Nick and Norah's Infinite Playlist. Good fun little teen movie with Michael Cera and Kat Dennings about kids basically hanging out in New York City on one night trying to find a local band. But it's a great movie about music and young love. I really like Michael Cera and Kat Dennings in this, and the music's cool. And I forgot her name, the girl who plays the blonde girl. What's her name? Ari Grainer. She's hilarious as Kat Dennings' friend who's like drunk and missing the whole night. Good little movie. I really enjoyed this. Okay, up next we have Panic Room, the 3-disc special edition. That came out in 2002. I can't believe it took me this long to get this movie because I really enjoyed this. Of course, directed by David Fincher, starring Jodie Foster, Forrest Whitaker, Dwight Yoakam, Jared Leto, and I believe it was Kristen Stewart's first role. And when I first saw this, I had trouble figuring out if she was a girl or a dude because she's very boyish in this movie as Jodie Foster's daughter. Great movie about wife and daughter who live in a brownstone apartment, and they hide out in the panic room to get away from these burglars. It's actually probably my least favorite David Fincher film, and that's saying a lot because it's still a great movie. I mean, I've loved all his other films just a little bit more, but Panic Room is still a great film. Okay, up next we've got Silent Hill from 2006. Really enjoyed this when I first saw it at the theater. Based on the video game, which I've never played, but great atmosphere about this sort of deserted town, starring Roddy Mitchell and Sean Bean. Just really, really atmospheric. Very dark and brooding. Very cool movie. I really dug this when I first saw it. And last but not least is Zack and Miri Make a Porno from 2009, directed by Kevin Smith. Not his best movie by a long shot, but still a very funny movie, starring Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks. Got roommates who decided to make a porno movie to pay the rent, basically. Very funny cast, people like Justin Long, some notable porn stars like Tracy Lords and Katie Morgan. Who else? Craig Robinson, great in it. Jason Mewes, of course. Jay and Silent Bob. Very funny movie. Always enjoyed Kevin Smith. Still not his best. Definitely not, but good little movie. So those are my 10 for this update. All movies in the past decade. I'm not holding it with the one hand this time after I dropped him last time. So thank you for watching, guys. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies. I'm sure many of you have, at least some of them. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I don't know when my next video will be. I'm working full time now, so I'm basically out like 10 hours a day on the weekdays. So since I got the weekend free, I do my updates. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you.